can't you see? It's easy as a 1, 2, 3. I'm talking about you and me. I'm talking about love. I bet you find it's on everybody's mind. What makes us one of a kind? I'm talking about love. It doesn't matter where you travel, you are sure to see miracles unravel with L-O-V-E. Listen here, the message is loud and clear. Can't help what I feel, my dear. I'm talking about love.
Sonsuz Muhabbetler'in yeni bölümüne hoş geldiniz. Bugün benim için de bir ilk olacak. İlk defa bir yabancı konuğu ağırlıyorum. Sevgili Franz Andrini'yi ve ilk defa bir İngilizce söyleşi yapacağım. Tabii biraz heyecanlıyım, onu da söylemem gerekiyor. Tabii söyleşi esnasında çeviri yapmayacağım. Bunu altyazılı izleyeceksiniz. Çünkü kesinti olmamasını istiyorum söyleşinin. Dilerim ben de bu işin altından kalkabilirim. Siftahımızda hayırlı olur. Welcome, Franz.
Thank you.
As I tell my viewers that this is the first time that I make an interview in English, and I hope you will bring me luck because there will be so much English interviews in the future, I hope. And so in Turkish we say siftah. Yeah, the first time, and I hope you will bring us bereket. You know, because France is our enişte, as we said. He is married with a Turkish woman and living in Turkey. First of all, France, can we hear a little about your story?
Which story?
Who are you? Who are you?
So many stories.
How you come to yoga? Can you tell me?
Well, you see, at some point when I was a teenager, at the age of about 16, 17, I realized, I think I was 17 years old, and I realized I'll have to die one day, you know, and just that, the thought of death, that I will be no more, this body will be no more, and all my ideas, aspirations, desires, and anything that I'm living here will go to nothing. Yeah, will go away. So then I started, of course, asking myself: is there a God? Is there a higher power? Is there a life after this life, and so on and so forth? And it was quite natural that I was drawn to, you know, philosophical questioning of life, and then somehow I got in touch with certain right people, I would say, and I was drawn to the East regarding the answers about the life, and you know, and then kind of with time I started reading the Upanishads, the philosophical part of the Vedic scriptures from Hinduism, and that really turned my life. And so I decided to embrace yoga more thoroughly and to understand what it's all about and how I can achieve my personal spiritual liberation from this existence and realization actually of this existence and existence beyond this existence as well.
So you are a Slovenian, and in Slovenia, is it easy in those days to find any classes about yoga or philosophical things, or you say I must go to India to find that?
No, actually in Slovenia it was always easy to find. We are the second highest literacy country in the world. So we had actually some Upanishads talk in the school library. Yeah, so that was the first time I came across actually in the school itself, in the high school. And so people are well educated, so they tend to discuss philosophy more often. And you know, this type of conversations are not really uncommon. You can encounter them here and there among your friends and so on. Yes, and the yoga was always present. There was some yoga going on, and that's how I started actually.
And so the road brings you to India?
Yeah, the road brought me to India. Well, first, actually, I was going to Germany, so I just needed to see a bit of the world. And for 3.5 years, I was going around Europe, basically being based in Germany, and starting in ashrams, doing my yogas, meditations, and so on and so forth. And then I gone in 1996 to India, and I stayed there for 10 years.
How come you come to Turkey?
Well, it was just one friend said, "Yeah, I'm teaching English here, and why don't you drop by and for 3 months, summer holidays, and teach them some yoga." So I had no idea about Turkey before, but I was like, India, and okay, I'm young, so fine, let's go, so have some fun, and I made a couple of good friends. Then I came back for a short while again for the second time. However, my heart was in India, so I needed to learn a bit more. I needed to, go through a good drill, philosophically, bodily, and mentally, to master the science of yoga. And so I returned back. So then after many years afterwards, after I decided to leave India, so I used to run a business before this, so I just decided to quit at some point and take my life to yoga totally. So I decided I'll come back. I'll come to Istanbul for about 2-3 years, and then just go somewhere else perhaps. So I was free, and the world was mine. And here I got caught in Turkey, and the life is never the same again, as they say. And so I met my wife, and so I'm a little bit longer here. So.
And welcome to our country.
Thank you.
Enişte, you are enişte. Nobody said enişte before. And there are so many kinds of yoga, as we know. But first of all, what is yoga for you? What is yoga? Because I have some questions about you. You are the first yoga master that I guested in my program. So there are some mixtures about yoga, misconceptions about yoga in Turkey. First of all, what is yoga for you?
You see, yoga basically, as pretty much everyone who practices yoga knows, it means union. The question is only union of what? So the two things coming together. In the nature we see man and woman coming together. They have a union, and the product is the child. So in yoga we have actually there are 3 stages in yoga. Three types of yoga. Actually 3 stages of yoga. The first stage is where the downward flowing air moves down, and inner flowing air moves inside. There are 5 pranas inside the body. So the basic idea of yoga is first to manipulate your pranas. So the downward flowing air has to mix with the inward flowing air, with the inward flowing prana. So that union, it's also yoga, and brings another type of air called uddana, that moves up. The air that moves down mixes with the air that moves inside and creates another air that moves up. So yogis are actually sustaining that upward moving air all the time. That brings them to the higher realization, So that air is responsible for your bliss in meditation. So yogis are all the time, tending to that air, cultivating it, so their consciousness is always up, right? So that's one type of yoga, when these 2 airs unite to produce upward moving air. So now, then when that upward moving air is produced, a different consciousness arises inside the body, inside our mind as well. So, and then it happens, the past thought, which we understand as consciousness, unites with the future thought, which we understand as mind. So there are 2 streams of consciousness. One is the past thought. If I say horse, you know the horse.
Yes.
But if I say my father, you don't know who my father is.
Yes.
You never met him. That's mine. That's the future thought.
Yes.
So these two thoughts have to unite and become a present thought. The present thought gives the rise, this yoga, gives the rise to the intellect. And the intellect has the power of discrimination. So once the intellect is strong with practicing of yoga, then we discriminate what is good and what is not good. What is spiritual and what is material. What is impermanent and what is permanent. What is everlasting and what doesn't last. So then once we get that, the last yoga happens within us. And because that's discrimination, gives us the discrimination of the spirit from the matter. Then the last yoga is between the self, the spiritual self, and the supreme self within us. They unite too at the very end. So that's also yoga. That's the highest yoga. This our self, the spiritual self, not this body, not this mind, not even this intellect, but the spiritual self, unite with the supreme self inside, which we can call it God. So then become one. So that's yoga.
So this I can combine it this question. Yoga, is it a philosophy? Is it a gymnastic movement? Is it a cult or religion? What is it? You are telling me a philosophy, an enlightenment path, not the asana, just asana. And in Turkey, we have some misconceptions because some gym centers have yoga, just physical exercises. As you are saying, yoga is a philosophy, some saying it's a religion, we must ban it. So, what is really yoga?
You see, yoga is primarily the path of self-realization and divine realization at the end of the day. So yoga, of course, for that, yoga is basically the practice itself, okay? Means you practice to attain, you control your pranas through breathing exercises, through meditation, through mantra, through asanas, okay? To bring...
Prana is life energy?
Life energy.
Qi?
Yes,
Qi.
you can call it Qi in China, prana is a Sanskrit word, life air, you call it in English. So, so that's the most important, how to say, homework of a yogi is to control prana. It's not how much you bend, actually. So now let me explain about the asanas, the yogic poses that are the most widespread.
Yeah.
So basically, we categorize asanas into three parts, okay? First, it's for the yoga therapy, to make the body strong, to cure the body, to cure it from the different dross and diseases, Then asanas that are meant for mind control, so we can stabilize the mind, the flow of our thoughts, okay? And then thirdly, asanas that are meant for rising the kundalini. Means the kundalini basically means prana goes into the middle channel within us and rises up. That's the channel where we are attaining to divine realization. Okay? So asanas are divided into three spaces. Now, well, millions, tens of millions of people in the world practice yoga and asana, yogasanas we call them, for different purposes. Some practice just for the health, some practice for the health and for the mental well-being, like that, and some they do practice also for the spiritual upliftment. Of course, asanas are the most, how to say, pleasurable part of yoga, so you can feel it straight away, your body straightens, you feel better, your mind calms down, and you can meditate better, and you have some realization with it. So, however, there are many other types of yogas that do not actually apply asanas as a practice. It could be just mantra, a particular sound vibration that activates our subtle channels and our nervous system within the body and brings about that divine spiritual consciousness within us. Then it can be philosophical inquiry. What does that's called Jnana Yoga, the yoga of knowledge, means where we can distinguish between what is real, what is not real, what is permanent and what is not permanent. Like this, what is a matter, like this chair, and what is spiritual, actually, it's spiritual substance. Of course, now all this, then there's a yoga of devotion, for example, where you say, oh Lord, I don't know any of these practices, I just surrender to you, I'm your servant and you're my master, please take care of me, like that. So there's something like a Sufis habit and stuff like this. So, you see, yoga is very diverse because at the end of the day, yoga means union. You're a union between your spiritual self and the supreme self. Okay, so once they unite, it's yoga. So that's why some yogic practices are more physical, outward, and the others are, how to say, not so physical, outward. I mean, it doesn't require huge exercises, but requires more devotion, recitation, or just meditation. I mean, meditation, not to forget, meditation, it's in all of them. Okay, one has to meditate, whether you're devotion into devotion, or whether into knowledge inquiring, meditation is pretty much compulsory for all.
I must ask about meditation because we have story type. When you say making yoga or meditation, you must sit like this and say, it's like caricatures. Cartoons strip here, and people when you say you are making yoga, they think you are sitting here and making. What is meditation? What can you tell about that? Do we have to sit and close our eyes and stand like this position for 1 hour? Is it meditation or in our life?
Well, you see, first of all, we have to have the right object of meditation. The object has to be right. So if you just look at the wall, it's necessarily not a meditation. You know what I mean?
Just you are looking to the wall.
Yeah, you look into the wall, basically. So what does it make a meditation? I mean, there's no problem if one is turned towards the wall and looks at the wall, but while meditating. I mean, you see, usually meditation is done with mantra. So everybody knows Om or Omkara, Pranayama. So that's the first meditation one has to apply. And then your guru, master, he gives another types of meditations and mantras and stuff like that. So that's one of the meditations. So the most important thing in meditation is, as I said, the second part of yoga is to bring the past thought and the future thought together into the present thought. So the first stage of meditation is actually concentration. There could be a candle flame you can meditate upon. Okay, could be a stick, a rod that you meditate upon within. Okay, it could be a sun that you can meditate upon, a moon that you can meditate upon. It could be in a mind that you imagine your guru or your favorite divinity, a deity that you meditate upon. So meditation can be on many things that are conducive, that bring upliftment. Okay. So the first part is called concentration, where you focus on that object of meditation, whether it's a particular sound vibration, image, object in the sky, whatever. Then this is still an effort. Concentration is still a matter of effort. You're trying to concentrate on that. Whereas then the meditation comes, which is called dhyana, okay? Which is you and the object of meditation are in perfect harmony. Okay? You are connected to that object of meditation. And the last stage is called samadhi, absorption, where that object of meditation becomes one with you.
Okay.
So that's the final yoga. Means the final absorption. Then you, as a meditator, as a yogi, you become that. If you chant Om, you become Om.
Om.
Like that.
and how can we manage in our daily life, normal life, because you live in Istanbul and you know in Istanbul, and there are so many people living in Istanbul and they are going with metro or buses, so many negative thoughts around, there are so many negative people, and how can they make meditation in this
this stretch of journey?
Yes.
Yeah, indeed they can. In fact, I'm doing it. So even when I sit in Doğru, sometimes I just concentrate on some mantra or something, you know, and I go for about 5-10 minutes into meditation. So it is possible. Now, for the people who are having a daily job to go and they have to attend work to their families, it is good to come to a place like a certain yoga studio and you know, a certain yoga teacher that they can unwind and get their meditation practice of yoga steady. And then they should be also practicing as much as possible at home, because the self-practice is important. I mean, it's good to come somewhere, do it together, but the real strength comes when you are able to do it on your own. You don't depend on anyone. So then after a while they can actually do it while they're journeying for a little while, or the break in the workplace, in the office or wherever, you know, they can also sit down for the 5 minutes in the lunchtime, you know, before lunch or whatever, to calm everything down and then eat. That's it that way. So yes, I mean, life in big cities, it's not so conducive for spiritual things because people get agitated. I mean, people might be religious, but they might not be peaceful, you know. So the peace is lacking inside, there's a state of inside. And so therefore, I mean, meditation is something that you put into your daily life.
You have to put it into your daily life
Yeah.
to live in
to live in the present.
simple
Actually,
present.
yeah.
And I never do yoga.
Yes.
And because I believe I don't have any muscles to fit and stretch or anything. And there are so many people who are watching us who don't do yoga in their life, or maybe just be curious about that, but maybe some separated from some events in Turkey that they hold, they got separated from yoga. Negative opinions, and some wants to come and start to yoga, but they don't know where to start because there are so many different kinds of yoga types, and when you go to a gym center, you can find yoga, but just it's an exercise. They don't give you philosophical background. So where can we start yoga, and how can we find a master that has philosophical background of yoga? What can you suggest to our audience that wants to start yoga?
You can come to me, but, well, apart from that, self-advertisement. Well, it's very easy. I mean, you don't need to be extremely fit or athletic to begin with yoga. All you need is to have certain desire to know yoga. That's the most important. Now the asanas, the physical exercises and certain breathing exercises will always be adjusted by a good teacher according to a capacity of a newcomer, right? So not everybody can start the same level. Somebody can put the leg behind the neck and the other one will go just a simple bending, like that. How much you bend, how much you're capable physically, it's not, it doesn't denote your capacity to understand yoga and abide in yoga, okay? So it has nothing to do. So then some people understand yoga more through the physical exercises because they are like that. The other people, they understand yoga more through meditation, through some chanting, right? Because their minds work like this. The other people are more interested through intellectual inquiry and different type of meditation. concerning that, because their minds work this way. That's why yoga can be adjusted to anything. For example, I teach a specific program in the beginning called Yoga Andrini Detox, where we learn the first stages of yoga, how to detox your body. Because the first stage of yoga, it's the therapy. You have to understand that. The first stage is the therapy. How to cure your body, how to cure certain illnesses, how to fix your body, how to live healthy. You don't need to be, very muscular. You don't need to be extremely healthy to start. No, sick people are pretty much welcome because we make them healthier. So we learn how to light digestive fire inside the body. So once you lit digestive fire, your capacity to absorb the food and the nutrients is much greater. And then the health is also far greater. You're more glowing, you're more cheerful, you clean mucus from your body, from the intestinal tract, from phlegm from the lungs. You invigorate your spleen, liver, kidneys, pancreas, all the inner organs. So then the life changes. So I always tell to the people, the happiness does not depend on something external. It depends on the state of your intestinal tract. If you're able to digest the food well, then you're going to be happy.
How can we do that? By banning something to eat, or just with asanas? And when I came to you, I like künefe, as I said. You said you will never eat dessert. You have never to eat drink coffee, or do this, or don't do this. How can you do it?
Well, basically like this. I sin also. I'm not saying I don't have some piece of chocolate sometimes, some small cookie. I do have. I just don't want to have it all the time. It's just like every now and then. Okay? It's not on my daily menu. That's it. So we cannot say, you have to give up everything and then only you're going to be yogi. It's not like that, because it will never happen anyway. So it's not practical. However, if you start yoga, for example, the program I teach, it's a very strong program. If you continue like 3 times a week, you get the feeling of purification and certain things changing. So once you understand that you can experience different body within, the interest for something that having cakes, pasta, profiterole and stuff like this diminishes, and kunefe diminishes, okay? And you don't feel sorry about it. You feel, oh, actually good, okay, I don't want kunefe. For some reason, I don't like it anymore. What had happened? So, like that, okay? Because we do the exercises with asana and the breathing exercises, which do change the whole structure of pranas inside the body, and they clean the intestinal tract and inner organs. So they start functioning differently. And once you put that in, you feel like, oh, it's burdening me, it's heavy. I don't feel any good to eat that amount of sugar anymore. Suddenly, all right, I'm going to go for a tea and for a salad or something like that. So then you feel like it's much better.
And also, are you vegetarian?
I do eat fish, I do eat eggs. I do not eat the rest of the meat.
It's for good.
Yeah, you see, basically, there's some people who are vegetarians, and even more so, they're vegans, like that. So, in my course, I teach the people about the food as well. So, now we have to understand that food is very diverse, and not everybody can have the same type of food. One type of food works for some people, one type of food works for another type of people. That's for sure. Of course, if we say eat less meat, it's always a good advice. I cannot say to the people, don't eat, okay? But if you say, cut a little bit down, it's okay. So, no problem.
Bu kısmını Türkçe anlatayım. I will tell in Turkish. Ben Franz'la karşılaştığımda Aycan Saloğlu bir arkadaşım vardı. Aycan bir gazeteciydi ve kendisi bir parça fazla kilolardan şikayetçiydi. Fakat ardından
bir baktım Aycan incecik olmuş. Sen nasıl yaptın bunu dedim. Franz Andrini ile tanıştım ve onunla yaptığım yoga sayesinde inceldim ve gerçekten de yani etkilerini gözümün önünde gördüm. Zaten Franz'la tanışmamız böyle başladı. I tell about your story with Aycan and you. You have a program named Slimmer in 60 Days.
Yes.
Can you tell about this program?
Yeah, Slimmer in 60 Days, it's today known as, it's online program actually. What we do it offline, when we practice the classes, it's Yoga Andrini Detox. So, well, it actually goes pretty much the same thing, but Yoga Andrini Detox, it's a bit more knowledge is inside and something. So that can be done, that Slim in 60 Days, it's a great program.
You said online?
That's online program, yes.
Yeah, you can do it from our home.
Yes, you can do it from my website.
You don't have to find you.
No, not in real. I'm in a virtual world, so I exist there.
Okay.
Yeah. So that program is meant for the people who are, not close to me or far away. And once they have the membership, they can just log in and just check the videos and do it and follow that pattern of 60 days. Now, once you come to me, then we apply a different format. So we look more thoroughly at you, and things do go as I wish them to go for you. So like that. So that's the difference.
That's the difference. Okay, let me have a break and then we will continue our program. Sonsuz Muhabbetler devam edecek. Yeniden bir aradayız. Franz, while we are talking, I got a point about breathe. I must confess, I don't know how to breathe. Yes, I got breathe for living, for normal. But I think breathe has so much importance
rather than just living breath. Normally in our daily life, how can I breathe to get much prana for my inside? Rather than being concentrated, what can you suggest about breath and what can you say about breath?
Breathing is the most important part, for example, in life itself and also in the practice of yoga, hatha yoga particularly. So, because to manipulate prana, the easiest way is to do it to the breathings, right? So I have designed simple pranayama breathing exercises, 4 types, which you can really improve your capacity and clean the body with it. Right? So now, to just breathe, it's not enough. We have to know how to breathe. Usually the people breathe through mouth, okay? Which is not good, yeah, which is not good.
You start shaking.
Yeah, the head starts shaking because breathing out through mouth, it's dead. Right. Okay, fine, when you do sports and something, it's alright, but generally like when the life goes like this out through mouth, only your breath goes out through mouth, it denotes one is close to dying, one won't live long. So it's all about the breathing in yoga, right? So it means we have to breathe through the nostrils. Even when we do asanas and everything in yoga, we breathe through nose. Why so? You see, we have one nose and we have 2 nostrils in it. So this is the left channel, we call it female or lunar, and then we have the right channel, we call it male or solar. This is like a minus and plus inside. So the electricity for you to live, for these lights to be on, we need electricity and we need minus and plus, the 2 currents, right? The 2 currents make the light. They make the life also, minus plus, right? So you cannot have the light with minus. It's impossible. So you need 2 currents in the body as well. So having 2 nostrils is exactly what it is. Means having 2 currents inside the bodies that interchange like this and create life. The vibration, cellular level or in the nervous system level to send the signals from the feet to the brain or from any part of the body to the brain. So that's why the breath has to be manipulated. For that we need our turbines, which are lungs, to have great capacity. Yeah, usually we inhale and you just exhale through the mouth. But in yoga, we will exhale through the nose as well. Right? Yeah. So now there's certain type of breathing exercises where we do exhale through mouth, but it's another step. It's not so important. Okay. The most important is to breathe in through the nose, to breathe out through the mouth. So there are 2 currents. One is the lunar, one is the solar. In Sanskrit we call it Ida and Pingala channels, right? Then there's a 3rd channel within, the 3rd one, that's not seen and runs in the middle. So in yoga, when we do the breathing exercises, it is all to make these 2 channels equal. So once they become equal, the 3rd channel activates, like that. As long as one is predominant, let's say right now my left nostril is open and the right one is sort of blocked. So as long as one is open, it has another meaning. It's more female energy, a bit softer and everything. So once the right nostril opens, more male energy and so on and so forth. So a bit more aggressive, a bit more progressive in that sense. So whatever we do in our daily life, we have to use prana, the life force. So the yogi knows, the left nostril is good for this when it is open, and the right nostril is good for this type of acts when it is open. So more than that, they have 5 elements in the nature: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So they are also present in our breath. So means, okay, right now I have left nostril open and I feel that there's a water element in my breath. In my breath in itself, I can feel it. Yes. And this is good for certain things, actually. It's right now it's auspicious, we call it. So, with yoga, when we learn the breathing exercises, we are learning a lot about ourselves, a lot about the creation in itself, because that prana inside us is connected to the life air outside us, because we are taking the charge from that life air, right? So like that. So the breathing exercises are many. The pranayamas go into more than thousands. However, I have designed 4 simple breathing exercises where the people can, which people can do on a daily basis and feel good, purify, clean their mind, clean their body, and feel very equal, very set. Like that.
Can you show a little technique?
Yeah, like the first is simple stomach breathing. So let's say before that, let me explain. We have 5 life airs: apana, prana, samana, udana, and dhyana, called in Sanskrit. Apana means one pushing down. Yeah, prana means one pushing inside, just like my picture here goes circular motion inside, as you see. And then samana, flowing around the waist. Then udana, moving up. And dhyana, circulating around all the body, right, clockwise.
Yes.
So with these 4 breathing exercises, we balance all of them, all these 4. Right? So first we do the breathing exercise with the stomach. Take it out like you're pregnant. 1, 2, hold. Exhale in and tighten a little bit. At the end, yeah. And then again. 1, 2, keep the mouth closed, yes. And tighten a little bit at the very end. That tightening is important. It does something to our nervous system. Okay, not too much, just a little bit. So, 1, 2, and exhale. And then again, inhale, like you're pregnant, just the tummy, not the chest. 1, 2, exhale, push the tummy in. Very good, collapse the chest. Now, take the tummy out, inhale. Feel the air, feel the tummy there. This is better, yes? 1, 2, exhale. Good. Now immediately you're gonna feel it calms you down right away. So if you're very nervous, if you're very, jittery, so all you do is sit down on a chair, sit down on the ground, and start the stomach breathing. Inhale, hold 1, 2. Exhale. The mind will calm down because that's apana. Okay, it moves down, so it calms everything down. Especially people suffering from psychological disorders like schizophrenia, psychosis, neurosis. They have a thing like constipation, which is a sign that the air does not move down. It has to move down, and with this stomach breathing, actually, we are moving it down. So you can do maybe 15 times. Or if you want to do a little bit more thoroughly, you can do it about 20, 25 times, even better. So maximum 42 times maximum. So in any case, then we have the second breathing, goes into the chest. You expand the chest like to the side, yeah? The rib cage is almost hurt here, right? Hold 1, 2, and then exhale. Exhale at the end, tighten the tongue a little bit in. Yes, and then again, inhale, just the chest, yeah? Just the chest expanded. Yeah, 1, 2, exhale, yeah, good, and tighten the tummy a little bit in, good. Oh, you're already sweating, you see, this is good, because we have to increase the capacity of our lungs, means the lungs got to expand. The more the lungs expand, the more prana you can take, the stronger your life will be. You're going to feel also stronger in yourself, you're going to feel, more confident in yourself if you can breathe well into the chest. For example, if you cannot breathe well into the chest, you always feel a bit, shy, the shoulders are bent down, and you feel a bit dejected. However, with the chest breathing, you feel confident and you walk like a god, on this earth. So then the third type of breathing, so that actually cultivates a prana area that moves inside and udana that moves a little bit outside. Now the third breathing is the combination of the first two, which is now. First we go into stomach, stop, and then continue into chest. I see the capacity is like 1. All right, let me demonstrate first here. So where it goes up. 1, cut. 1, 2, and then tummy in. And again, stomach. One, two. And the tummy in, okay? So we have to make a clear, distinctive breath. First, we breathe into the tummy, stop. Then we breathe into the chest. Okay, 1, 2, you hold, and then exhale. And at the end, tighten the tongue a little bit in. Okay, there got to be distinct break between first the tummy out, hold for a moment, and then go into the chest. In the beginning, like you had a problem, you couldn't inhale into the chest because the capacity is not much.
I start to shake.
Yeah, exactly, because the nervous system cannot take it. So with practice, just like about 2 days, 3 days, oh, you're going to feel, yes, I can breathe much more, and it's going to feel somehow just smooth and easy to do that. So now the fourth one, so this third one activates samana, which is very responsible for digestion, also helps to prana, apana air and udana air up. And the fourth one is the same breathing like in the second, into the chest. The only difference is we're going to keep the head down, lock here. This is the lock, okay? The head is down as much as you can. If you have some problem in the neck, it might be difficult. Otherwise, keep the chin down and breathe into the chest. 1, 2. Exhale, tummy in. Yes, like that. Inhale. Yes. 1, 2, hold. And exhale. And then tummy a little bit in. Go, exhale. So, exhale, down, go. Alright. Now at the end, once you finish all this breathing, let's say each breath 15 times, 20 or 25 times, we do like this, okay? It's called namaste, but this is called something else. It's called mudra, means the seal, the lock. So this is called Anjali mudra, okay? So here, there's a major prana. Out of all these 5 pranas, the prana itself, the one that goes inside here is the most important, and it's got to be locked here. So you got to lock your prana and hold for a while till the air inside the chest comes, till the body calms down, and till the mind shuts. Then the seal, that mudra, has been successful, and the prana is locked inside and stays with you for up to 36 hours. So you're going to feel the effect of your breathing exercises. So that's the simple pranayama. Of course, there are many other type of pranayamas where we alternate the nostrils, utilize other things inside. They're good. So these are the simplest one and extremely effective. So, and I mean just for about everybody, for neophyte people, for just the newcomers to advanced practitioners. Everybody does it. I do it too. So
Calm down so much.
You calm down now, okay?
You can continue. Franz, I have a question. What's the word meaning of yoga?
Union.
Union. Yoga.
Yes.
Okay. And if our audience wants to reach you and wants to attend your classes or watch the cinema in 60 days, how can they reach you?
Well, the easiest way is to log into my website. Is Yoga Andrini, ANDRINI.com, yogaandrini.com, and there we have pretty much all the information you need about the course, the memberships. Within that membership, which is called Lotus membership, where you can view your Slim in 60 days video course, you have also 3 ebooks. One titled Yoga Rahasya, The Secrets of Yoga, where we go a little bit more into the spiritual subject inside. Then we have Yoga Chikitsa, means the yoga therapy, where I write deeper texts about healing through yoga and Ayurveda, the way we heal certain diseases, how to light certain fires within the body, and so on. And then we have also the kitchen yoga.
But it's all in English, I think.
It's all in English, yeah.
Maybe in the future, maybe you have Turkish translations.
Well, we have Turkish, maybe we have Spanish, God knows. So right now it is pretty much the English audience. And then on top of that, you have also Lotus Sangam, which is the forum inside. Means you ask your questions and answers there, and there's interaction, and I answer them.
And I want to thank you for everything that we share.
I hope everyone gets information about yoga and your technique. And this is my first interview in English, and I hope it will continue. And I hope you like it as well, because I like it so much.
It is the longest interview I ever get. So.
Okay. Thank you, Franz, for everything.
Thank you, Hasan.
Pranayama.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Can't you see? It's easy as a 1, 2, 3. I'm talking about you and me. I'm talking about love. I bet you find it's on everybody's mind. What makes us one of a kind? I'm talking about love. It doesn't matter where you travel, you are sure to see miracles unravel with L-O-V-E. Listen here, the message is loud and clear. Can't help what I feel, my dear. I'm talking about love.